Welcome, Gay and Gayer, episode 4, with my co-host, Brian.
We're not in our normal couch spot because Andy's making bread with his shiny new bread maker. So we are instead in the closed off Andy's room, which is disgusting and not good lighting, and this bed is gross. And I apologize. We'll get back to our normal spot next time. We won't make bread at the same time.
On the couch.
Yes. Our first thing we're going to do this time is do our fan shout out to at least Danny in Columbia or Springfield or one of those two places who's friends with my friend Courtney, who is a straight boy who's watching this for Gay Insight.
Someone is watching the video because...
At least two, and then also Lauren Chansey and Alton. Shout out.
We love you all.
The two of you.
We're coming to MySpace. We'll find you on MySpace.
Yeah, we'll figure we'll get an email for Gay and Gayer or something.
So that you can send us questions and be like, what do these two fags think about...
Blah, blah, blah.
You know, McDonald's, or...
I like their ice cream cones.
Or what do the gays think about Ellen DeGeneres?
Don't really like her. She's a little too non-evasive. A little too nice.
The correct answer is we don't like her because she's breaking the writer's strike. She kept her show on the air.
And she had fucking Jenna Bush on. I was like, what's up, Jenna Bush? I'm
not
cool with you. Go
Ellen.
Republicans.
Not cool. Not cool.
Alright, our first real subject, though, is going to be Andy wants to do some drag king hating. And before he goes into this, I would like to publicly say I like most drag kings that I have.
You don't know
experienced.
Most drag kings.
I have seen like 2 or 3.
Who do you know besides Ryder?
Ryder and Buck Wild or Buck something or other. He's very good.
Name another one.
There aren't that many. I don't go to Novak's that often.
2.
I like the drag queen.
2. And Ryder is part of my explanation.
And I love Ryder.
Ryder, of course, is good, but that the only drag king that anyone likes in St. Louis is Ryder kind of gets to the point that there's not much to like about drag kings. Drag queens, on the other hand, are sophisticated and elegant and transgressive and subversive and...
Oh yeah, there's nothing classier than Madison Lee said.
All of these wonderful magical things.
It's pure class.
They entertain, they are provocative, amazing. You know, you take a guy and you make him look like a girl. Just on its face, it's a little crazy. Drag kings, on the other hand, from what I've seen in the drag shows I've seen, which granted is not very many of them, basically they're overweight lesbians with facial hair drawn on.
Not always, and a lot of them...
There's that, and there's Ryder.
They're playing with their androgyny just like we get to, just like drag queens get to. Drag queens are definitely more at the forefront, and it's been done a lot more, and since femininity and women in general are more glamorous, and they have this more, sexy, feminine idea to them, then it's obviously more attractive. But, trying to get this little tiny lesbian, or not so tiny lesbian...
That every guy has had the experience of going to Novak's and checking out this hot skater dude, being like, oh, lesbian. That they...
No, you've done that like once, and I made fun of you for it.
It happens.
Then there's something wrong with them.
That small little skater lesbian chicks look like
Why
guys.
are you attracted to small little skater lesbian boys? I mean, you know exactly what I mean. We're moving on. Dumb subject.
Wait, I wasn't done.
Hurry
so, that there are fat lesbians who get up on stage with drawn-on facial hair.
Okay, and we need to also point out that, especially me, I don't know so much about Andy, I love fat lesbians. I'm all about them. I love that I feel like they're part of my little homo family. I identify with them. I feel like they are, especially the really, really dykey, fat, like, I'll fix your car and be a carpenter lesbian. I feel like that's me in some alternative universe. So, like, any hating he's doing, I want to separate myself from that entirely.
I could agree with what Brian just said, but taking one of those people, drawing on facial hair and putting on a Nickelback song is not a performance.
Don't do Nickelback Drag Kings ever.
Yes.
It's horrible.
Please, no Nickelback.
Stop it. Stop doing so much country. If you're going to do rap, do good rap that you can kind of dance to, and not just like, I'm R. Kelly, I'm trapped in a closet, I'm going to do 8 songs. Don't. It's not. Drag Kings do that a lot, where they just like the talking rap. It's annoying.
Like, I feel like if your drag performance is drawn on facial hair, it's not a performance.
I'm sure
if
they stuff it, and I'm
genuinely
sure they hold
look
it back, and they
really feminine, and then you go and look really masculine, that could be a good performance. But that's not what I see a lot of the drag kings doing. Moving on. Now that I've offended our drag king audience.
Yeah. That was his rant. Now my rant's going to be on early 20 pedophiles and I don't throw around that word a lot. I know a lot of people like joke about that and like, oh, you know, you baby snatcher or whatever. No, like I literally am talking about at least one boy in specific that I know of that I believe is even. I'm not going to bust anybody out because especially for legal reasons, but like I believe he's still a MySpace friend of mine. But I'm leaving him out there so I can like look at his profile and see all the creepiness that he does. But he all of his past, he's 22, I believe, and his past like 6 boyfriends that I know of, and a couple of them I know directly, like as friends, are literally 14 or 15, and I know he has sex with them, like full on absolute sex with them, and I think in his head it's absolutely
real sex.
No, like real sex, like I mean like gay sex, anal intercourse, all that shit. And in his head, and in apparently some of his little friends that do the same thing's head, is that it's okay because they, you know, can relate with these people better, and you know, kids their own or people their own age aren't, you know, they don't connect with, and they're down and they're, you know, with the kids and whatever. I don't care if you're only 21, only 22, only 19. You're not mentally or legally in the same state of someone who's 14, 15, 16. You're not. And if you are 22 and your boyfriend is 16, I don't care if it's only 6 years apart and you're not some crazy 30-year-old, you're still a pedophile, you're doing something illegal, and you should not be doing it. I don't care how in love or connected or bullshit you are, find an 18-year-old boyfriend if you want to date someone younger. It's not that fucking
Missouri,
hard.
17.
17 with consent bullshit. You really shouldn't be at 17 either, in all honesty.
Yeah.
And this is coming from someone who has a young boyfriend.
What is
so
14, 15?
There.
Like
14, 15
freshman?
is so fucking illegal.
Sophomore?
Yeah. Like, I'm
talking?
connecting with this freshman in high school. Bullshit. They're probably finished puberty 2 weeks ago. This is bullshit, and don't just stop right now, or I'll bust you out next Gang Gayer publicly, because it's bullshit. Stop.
I mean, in one sense, I think the people who are doing that, like, are pretty clearly messed up.
No, but that's the whole thing, is like, I think
like, if you're attracted to a 15-year-old, you're messed up.
No, the thing is, they don't think they are. They don't think they are because they're only 21 or 22.
It doesn't matter what they think they are.
They don't even know they are.
Well, I think they've been told before.
But not as often as they should be. Not as often as someone who's 30.
We should shun them. There should be a shunning.
You've been shunned, certain boys who are at Attitudes, and they're 20. I love Attitudes, I'm not trying to diss that place at all. But if you're at Attitudes and you're 25 and you're hitting on... Well, I guess they have to be 18 to get in there, don't they? But still, the person who I'm hitting on goes there a lot.
If you're like high 20s and you're going after 17 and 18-year-olds, even that's a little iffy.
I'm talking about 20 and 21-year-olds
But I'm saying if you're like a 29-year-old, just stay away from 18-year-olds.
Yeah, that's like a preference thing. I mean, I can't really chastise someone for having an 18-year-old boyfriend if you're 27, because, I mean, that is technically legal, and maybe it's a very mature 18-year-old, but there's no 16-year-old that's mature enough. I'm sorry. There's a lot happens in those 2 years. A lot.
Well, I mean, I feel like the 22-year-old is probably at their maturity level.
That's probably true. Does not make it right.
Yeah. Still wrong.
Does not make it right at all. Alright, our next subject is profile. We had a really insightful thought on this earlier, didn't we?
Have you forgotten already?
I have forgotten.
Brian, like the little hummingbird that he is, sometimes flits away and forgets what was going on. We were going to talk about people who have fake or misleading profiles, and how
not fake, misleading.
Misleading. How they're shooting themselves
online,
in the foot.
on Myspace or Gay.com or Manhunt or something like that.
However it is that you look, however it is that anyone looks, there are people that are attracted to you. That you are quite possibly their ideal.
Some more than others.
No matter what you look like. I am probably someone's ideal person. It exists, it happens. And so, if you want to be misleading, what you're going to do is you're going to attract the people who are attracted to what you've presented yourself as opposed to what you really are. And so then, oh my god, we're almost out of time. 60 seconds.
So just use your regular picture, don't use a fake picture, it's dumb. If your picture's 2 years old, it's not updated. If you were 30 pounds less in your shirtless picture, it's bullshit. Take a new one, you fat ass.
Yes. Because then you will actually get the people who want you for what you really are.
People want fat asses sometimes, they do.
And then they'll have sex with you, as opposed to getting the people who want you for what you're not, and then it will be a bad, unhappy relationship.
Oh, 564. No, we can talk about this a little more. I thought you were like 550 something.
I said 60 seconds.
Oh, I thought it was... Now we're just wasting our last 20 seconds. Sorry about that.
Was that our last topic?
No, this is pretty much the last. This is it.
Okay.
Oh, there was one other thing I thought we were going to touch on.
Is it on the list?
No.
Oh my god, awkward gay and gayer moment. You know what we can just mention in the YouTube gay news? What's his name? Got a deal. William Sled.
I don't know who that is.
He's like the top gay YouTuber.
Oh, fuck William Sled.
It's like
Hire
a
us.
Bravo dealer.
Deal us. Bravo, what the hell?